it's Monique from earlylearningmom.com. I thought I would start a new video series on the topic of autism. It's a big topic, and I don't think there's very many people out there that don't know of a child that has autism. It's kind of like cancer. You either know somebody or know somebody that knows somebody. Um, I'm not going to get into the debate whether it's an epidemic or whether, the numbers are really rising or whether it's because our doctors are more aware and able to diagnose it better. Um, what I think I can say, though, is any parent that has a child with autism knows that one child is too much. So I've just decided to start a series on things that I've done with my son and what has worked and what hasn't worked. And I know that there's a lot of mixed information out there. And I think it's because if you know one child with autism, you know one child with autism. Everything is different. Each child is different. One child may respond to a therapy and another child, it doesn't work. Um, so I think that's why it's such a mixed bag of beans, basically. So you have to research and follow your gut and look for what works with your child. I'm hoping throughout this series to be able to make some quick videos regarding what I've done with my child, and so you can see just some options that are out there. You have to look and see if it's right for your child, though. But the first thing you need to do when you have a child with a diagnosis is you need to take care of yourself. It's just like on the airplane where they tell you to put your mask on first and then to put on your child's. It's the same thing. You need to go through the grieving process, but you also need to realize that autism doesn't have to be the end-all be-all. This is still your child. You're going to have to fight hard for your child, but it's worth it. And just know that there are so many options out there. But the thing is, people will tell you, oh, that's not scientifically proven. But one thing I keep in mind is just because it's not scientifically proven yet doesn't mean it won't be. And I don't have 20 years for a bunch of clinical studies to be done. If it works for my child, it works for my child. So in this series, I'm hoping to talk to you guys about therapies like the allergy therapy NATE, gluten and dairy free, how to use vaccines safely, and just different information that I found. One thing I did have to do is take a step back because after my son was diagnosed, it really took over my life. I had trouble getting him down to sleep. So by the time he'd go down for the night, it was 11 o'clock at night. I'd get on my computer and I'd start researching stuff, reading all night until, 2, 3 in the morning. I'd go to bed and I'd be up at 6. And eventually I was just burnt out. I don't want parents to have to go through that. I want to try to provide whatever information I can and resources that I can so you're not sifting through all the information. If you need to ask for help, ask for help. If you need something to help you, deal with anxiety, don't be afraid to ask. Your child is depending on you and they need you to be as healthy as you can be. If you're not sleeping and you're not eating properly and you're not bathing regularly and taking care of yourself, you're going to be of no help to your child. You are the number one person to advocate. Doctors will come and go, therapists will come and go. They have the best intentions for your children. They want to help them. They want to do stuff for them. But, job positions change, terms are over. The one consistent person in your child's life that is advocating for them is you. So make sure that you're getting the sleep you need at night. ask for help. If you're being offered services like respite or daycare part-time, like, subsidized daycare, take it and take a breath for yourself. It's so important. I can't stress it enough. I've probably aged myself years not accepting help. And once I finally did, my son was able to get so much more out of me because I was taken care of. So make sure the number one tip I have in this video is to take care of yourself, and then you'll be able to take better care of your child. Advocating for your child is very, very important. Doctors are going to tell you there's wait lists. Sorry, no, we're not going to be able to help you out today. Don't take no for an answer. Keep digging. If that person can't help you, politely ask to speak to their supervisor. Go through the chain of command. If there is a waiting list, ask where you are on the waiting list. Continue to call. Set it in your phone or on your calendar to call once every few weeks or once a month, and just make sure when you're talking to the person, oh, I'm just calling to see where Sally is on the speech therapy wait list. Oh, their number so-and-so. Okay, well, I'll call back next month to find out where we are. Just, you don't have to, don't worry about insulting people or upsetting people or, oh, I hope I'm not bothering them, because you need to bother them. You need to continue calling, because if spaces open up, they have your name in their head. And even if it's just to say, yeah, I really don't want this person to continue calling me anymore, so I'm just going to bump them up. You did it. You got your kid in. Who cares? When you're sitting in a meeting, IEP meetings, or you're sitting in clinic meetings, if your child's an ABA, voice your opinion. If you don't like what they're saying or it doesn't fit with your parenting models, don't allow them to do it. You are the one that gets to choose what's right for your child. So if they're talking about a disciplinary action that you don't agree with, tell them you don't agree with it. Now, don't disagree with every single thing. If you don't like it, give an alternative. Okay, you can't just say, nope, don't like that, nope, don't like that, but not contribute anything. So be sure you're contributing. Research, look into things, read books, read on the subject as much as you can. Hit your library up, read articles online. Make sure you're going through everything with a fine-tooth comb, though. Everything, just don't believe everything you read, but follow your gut. I find that when mums and dads follow their parenting gut, it's the best thing for their child. If they have a funny feeling about something or don't feel right about it, and they go ahead with it, they usually regret it. So follow your mom gut. Don't let people tell you your intuition's not worth beans, because it is. You know what's best for your child. You know what works for your child. But team up and tell them what works for your child. Tell them. So just what I want parents to take away from this is, these are your children, but you need to, number one, make sure you've put the mask on yourself first. Make sure you're getting your sleep. Make sure you're taking time to eat. You need your 3 meals a day. You need your energy. Ask for help if you need help. Come up with a system with your partner. Everybody needs to have their personal space. Parents need to work together, especially if you're in a like if the parents are together, you have to support each other. You have to set up times that, mom needs a break. Mom needs time to get away, so dad steps in. Dad needs time to get away, mom steps in. Support each other. I had heard once that there was a statistic that 85% of marriages do not survive autism. The problem is there's no communication. Communicate with your spouse, work together, support them, praise them, come up with a plan together. Don't undermine each other in front of the child, and stay consistent. Consistency is key. In communication is key. If you're like I was, my son and I, dad his dad and I are not together. So we had to make sure we were communicating. This works at my house. This is what's happening at my house. He had a rough day like yesterday. I noticed he ate this and it seemed to affect his behavior. Communicate, communicate, communicate. Respect each other. If mom says at pickup, you know what, when he eats chocolate, it affects his behavior. He gets fuzzy. Don't feed him chocolate. Try to respect mom. And same thing with dad. If dad says, you know what, do you think you can get him to bed a little earlier on nights that I'm going to pick him up in the morning because we find he gets a little tired? Try to work together. You're co-parenting. And co-parenting a child with autism is extremely difficult. So work together. And both be there at IEP meetings if you can. If the one parent can't be there, bring the notes to them so they know what's going on. Work together. And just remember, your child is looking to you. Just because they may not be able to communicate their feelings, they still need to be loved. They still love you, even though they may not show it. And there are ways to help get them out of this bubble. They may never be 100% cured, but that's who they are. And, you know, if you can get them to the point where they can be who they are and function and have skills, life skills, you are doing a fantastic job. Some parents may never get there, but there will always be improvements. The more you work with your child, the more they will improve. And I love my son the way he is, but I love him enough not to keep him there. I know he's a tough cookie. I know he has his potential is that there's no ceiling to his potential. I keep him working, and he tends to like to snuff off and just like, it's good enough. And I know he can do better, so we help him get there. And that's all you can hope for your children. Typical children, non-typical children with disabilities, it's your job as a parent to get them to their fullest potential. So thanks for listening. I think this video has gone on for almost 13 minutes. So I'm going to cut it short here, and I'm going to carry on next time. But let me know what you think. Be sure to subscribe. I'm hoping to be able to do one of these videos once a week, maybe twice a week. So be sure to leave your questions in the comment box, subscribe, and visit earlylearningmom.com to learn more about helping your children with autism. Thank you.